I had to remember my hotkey to unmute myself. Hey chat. I need to lock in. I have homework. But it's like fun homework, so we're gonna stream it, and it also gives me an excuse to like sit down and do it and not find some excuse to get distracted. So that's what we're doing. I have it all set up on my other monitor here. Since I'm gonna be like staring at my drawing monitor the whole time, I turned camera off for the rest of the stream. I can't see myself yapping all that much. I did throw it out there to some friends that I might vibe in VC. But this is a lock-in stream. Maybe someone will come hang out with me later, but... Alright, let's see if my hotkeys work. Okay, okay. Alright, epic, epic. Is the music too loud? I did turn it up a little bit because... I don't know, I don't think I'll be able to fill the silence for this whole stream. I think it looks good. Let's yap about what I'm doing. So, we've got a sketch here of some dramatic pirate fighting. And the characters here are from my comic. I have like a reference page brought up on the side here. This is a page from my comic, which is on my website. And yeah, this assignment, which I kind of mentioned in my last stream, you just need... Basically, the whole prompt was just draw a scene with a bunch of characters. And I was like, bet, you know, it has a lot of characters. D&D, and my comic is based off of an old D&D game that I did. So that's what we're working on today. I've got my coffee, got water. We're ready to lock in. Actually, now that I think about it, I should set up a real playlist. Because right now I'm just going on whatever Spotify is recommending me. Though usually that's fairly accurate. This is a pretty hype playlist. It's got some Set It Off, some Panic! The Disco. My Camp, you know what? Yeah. Let's vibe to this. So yeah, I need all of this inked by Friday, so we need to lock it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Maybe I can. I don't know. I tried to draw these eyes for so long last night, and I could not do it, so we're just gonna not yet. When in doubt, put it off for later. I think this is making this stand out as not curly enough, so we're gonna redraw that. Razor, this character doesn't really have curly hair, but with how dynamic this pose is, I think making these pieces a little bit curlier makes sense, but normally this is what she looks like. I also, when I did the sketch, I wasn't looking at my comic as a reference, I was just going off of memory, and I completely forgot her what are they called? The like plate armor sections on her hips. So that's my bad. We're gonna when I get to that section with the inks, we're just gonna wing it. Actually, I'm gonna lurk in a VC in case anyone wants to hang out. It'll be a jump scare when that happens. If that happens. Alright. What I really wanted to do today was stream Minecraft, but I need to be a responsible adult at least a little bit. And by responsible adult, that means drawing Dungeons and Dragons. Because art school is weird. But fun sometimes. And sometimes really not. There's another assignment that I am completely avoiding. Because I don't want to do it. It's so boring. It's a corporate and cultural uh, design class, so I have to like do marketing and stuff, and I didn't choose that as a major for a reason. I hate it. Major respect people who actually enjoy that kind of thing because, oh, I just want to draw fantasy guys doing funky little things. I don't want to think about my target audience and how appealing it is to the general public. It's appealing to me. Who's my target audience? Me. That's kind of the trick of trying to work on personal projects in art school, though, is I have to, like, pitch it to my profs a lot of the time. And, like, sometimes your profs just hate your ideas. Before I made my comic, I pitched it to a prof as part of a class assignment and got ripped to shreds. This prof was not into it. And this was, like, a concept I'd been working on for 3 to 4 years at that point. Um, so that sucked. But then I think it was the following semester, I pitched it to a different prof who was like, hmm, there's something here. And I was like, can I make a whole comic in your class, please? Because that was not the assignment. The assignment was like, I think it was a video game class, like video game design. Um, but I was like, I'm a comics major and I've never made a comic. Please help. And my prof was like, bet, make your comic. And that's how this was able to be created, was because one prof was like, I believe in you. So it really depends on who you get in art school. And that's why I have the corporate and cultural class this semester, is because I was dodging a different prof. So oh god, I'm gonna have to figure out a hand, aren't I? Yeah. We'll come back to that. This was another thing I was struggling with last night, was the hair. When in doubt, I guess just fill it with black and don't think too hard. That's actually probably the solution. Uh, yeah, like this could be better, but also it's so small, I don't know if I want to tweak it more than I have to. Oh, right, the emblem. I just realized I might be on push to talk for... Oh, no, I'm not. Alright, sick. Hmm. This is a tricky spot for this. I don't want that to tangent, but I also like where this is sitting. Maybe this would have to come down longer if I do that. I think that works. There we go. I just hit my elbow on my table. Hmm. I always like drawing this part of the armor. It's so fun. Probably not realistic in the slightest, but this is D&D, alright? Now, this is where I guess I have to decide if I'm doing this piece in the same style as my comic or more detailed. Because if I'm doing more detailed, I wouldn't fill this with solid black, but if I'm not... I think I'm going to do it in the style of my comic. Especially because this has a deadline, so fully painting it would be a lot. Even though I have done full paintings for assignments. Hmm. Why is this looking off? Maybe something about this? I don't know. Hmm. You know what? I bet it's this. This is what's looking off. So this is almost like this wraps around, almost like a hood. I want that to come out more. Yeah. And I feel like it would cover this. Would it be easier if that went like that? It might be. Oh, I don't want to redo it. But this is probably better. Hmm. Can I get away with that? If I just, when in doubt, cover it with, but no, definitely not that. Okay, I definitely like this coming out further. That makes it a good silhouette, so we keep that. Uh, More like, yes. And then does that work? And then this would be more. It's okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to click. Oh, I hate it more when I flip my canvas. This is why you always flip your canvas. Okay. Okay. These are going to be so close to the same color anyway that this probably doesn't even matter all that much. Hmm. This is such a small detail. I'm probably wasting so much time on. Okay. I think we're basically there. Oh, this is distracting. Maybe we'll come back to it. I think that's okay. Clothing folds can either be so fun or they can be the absolute death of me. What did I do here? Okay, I didn't do a lot, but that's also a very different pose. I like this one. I don't like this one. Oh, that's tangenting with this line. Scoot that up a little bit. Then, okay. Mm, all right, that's probably fine. I don't know if I like this one. Maybe. I can come back to it. I say about half of this drawing so far. That would come across more. I think I kind of hate that. I think I actually hate that. All right, let's actually try and follow my reference a little closer for this part. Something like that. I feel like it's farther apart. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. I think this outline needs to be thicker to bring it forward from chest area. And maybe this line too. Yeah. And we got big belt. Oh man, my hand is not steady enough for this. Fun fact about this character's original design, this belt used to be a corset because for some reason I thought fighting with a greatsword would make sense to be in a corset. Eh, I love putting clothing seams on my characters. I just feel like it's such a small thing that adds so much detail. As long as I do it right, actually, I think this one's wrong. Yeah, it just makes it look more real. Okay, this is where I gotta remember to do the armor part. Oop. That goes kind of the mid thigh, more like here. Yeah. Armor design is tricky because you always got to be like, but how do you actually move in this? And then worrying about what it looks like from different angles. Sometimes I just say fuck it, we ball, and I don't worry about what it looks like from different angles, then just draw it the same. But That's for comics when you kind of need to be fast and have a shorthand for everything. Oh, thank you, Zotro, for the follow. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Is that too long? I think that's too long. Yeah, that's better. That can't be right. What is this? What happened here? Why did my tool change? That was random. Alright, this is the part where I need to actually figure out where these blades clash because this is not great. I definitely want... Maybe it's just that one that changes. And that stays. Okay. Oh man, what does a saber blade actually look like? I'm gonna quickly look that up. Always look for references. Uh, these are costume swords, not real ones. I guess it's more of a cutlass, not a saber. Okay. Me. What if I just drag one of those in here as reference? Unless I have a 3D model for it. I collect a lot of those. Yep. All object. Weapon. I have some swords. That's a 6 spear. I forgot I had that one. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's in... Can I remove the sheath? Mm. Can I really not? No, surely. Surely. Oh, did not mean to change the size. Or whatever I was doing. Yeah, okay, sick. Because I didn't look at a reference when I uh put up that sheath, so... Let's zoom out a little bit. Man, I don't love how long that is. I guess it kind of has to be that long. You know, for the blade to fit in it. Hmm. Oh, that lets me change it a little bit. Uh, yeah, sure. Okay, anyway, back to what we were actually here for. Oh, I just want to move this. Oh no. Okay, good. I can move it independently. I thought they were like linked or something. This is way too small. Ah. Oh my god, the perspective here is a little messed up. Is it too big? Am I ever so slightly based? Oh god. Okay. We can work with this. I thought the blade would be more curved. There's a way to flip this. Where's that little mirror button? Oh. I don't get it for this one? Alright. Okay, we need to put this in perspective. No, why are you doing that? Yes, that's what I need. Okay. Sick. Is this always this small? I don't know. A lot of this will get covered up by the hand anyway, so I'm not being too delicate with it. Okay, well maybe I'm being a little delicate with it. I can't help it. Alright, I can clean up those later. Oh man. God, I'm gonna have to redraw this line 1,000 times. Uh... Okay, okay. Ugh, not great when I zoom in. Oh god, it's real bad when I zoom in. Yikes. Do I use one of these? I just hate that they don't have the same texture as the other brush that I use. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just don't know how. If it's small enough, maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, I can get over that. It's fine. Alright, we've got the base of it down. Now this is the part where I change it to suit what I'm looking for. And I feel like it just doesn't look very pointy or, like, dangerous. Bring this to a finer point. I don't like that angle. Okay, actually, much better. I feel like the blade is too, like, consistent? Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. Um, well, no, that I don't know. I think I'm getting to the point where I've kind of been staring at it for too long. I think we'll keep it for now, but I'm gonna keep it on a separate layer. Can easily change it. We don't need that model anymore. Make sure it's not tangenting with the armor too much. All right. Now that I'm looking back, this arm looks too short. And this glove, oh, I'm on the wrong tool. This glove should be starting like here instead of way down there. I think it comes down to the clothing folds, though, not showing that this arm is bent. It feels like a weird shape, but I'm not sure what the solution there is. Eh. Or maybe more like that. No, then it looks broken again. Okay, the glove. We fixed the glove. Yes. Yeah, her gloves do come up that high. I forgot they were gray in the comic. I used a limited color palette. Um, so it's not the colors I had originally designed for the characters. Let me show what they originally were. I used a lot more like warm colors. A lot of browns. Because it's a steampunk setting. But I used a limited palette for the comic because in the issue they're in a particular location with like wacky lighting and stuff. Like you got the glowy water in the back. I remember fiddling with the colors in this comic for so long, and even then, I think they look really good on a screen, but I still don't love how they come out printed. That's on me though, not really knowing how to format colors for print. That was my first time doing it. Right, the sword. Her sword. Did I use a model for this? I feel like I did. Was it something like this? From a distance, a lot of my sword looks very similar. That looks... No. No, it can't be this one. No. That's a cool one, though. Something like this? Oh, that one has a halberd. Not a halberd. Sheath. I don't think it was this one either, though. I'm, like, questioning if I even used a model reference, or if I just said, fuck it, we ball. Maybe that? Another good one, but no, because I had this pattern on the hilt. And I think these are pretty new, so I don't think you can beat these unless... Unless... No. Oh, it has that diamond on it, though. What if? What if? You know what? Maybe I'll use that just for the reference, but I want to see if I can find the exact one that I've used before. Why is this in weapons? Hello? Why did I put that there? Did I check that one? Oh! What perspective is this? Hello? Oh my. Oh, this one's cool. But again, not the one I used originally. I like this. And the stitching on the side was also cool. Oh, it's this, obviously. I can tell right away. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right, we're deleting that. Yeah, I love this model. Because, yeah, it's a great sword. The other ones were not great swords. Oh man, I'm gonna change the lighting. I can't see. Something... I just don't want it to be so bright. Mm, that, oh, that's fine for now. Okay, so one hand goes here, one hand... I'm, like, physically making the motions. The other one would be... I'm, like, I'm doing it with my arms right now, trying to figure out the pose. Uh-oh. Did I draw a pose that's not possible? No, this can be... Oh. This is gonna have to be underhanded. I think? Uh-oh. Guys, guys, I messed up the hands. Okay, this definitely has to be under. So then the thumb goes here. And then that goes over. Okay. If I just swap... I think it's possible. Let me go back to the sketch. We gotta fix it. I thought I was looking at a reference when I did this. Asked me, what were you doing? What did I say? Thumb goes here. It's like that. Fingies. Thumb. Oh god. Oh no. Uh Guys, I messed up. And then thumb is like here kinda somehow. And then this is overhand. Oh no. Thumb is thumb is there? No. No, thumb has to be here, right? Alright, fine, I'll look up a real reference. Fine. Fine. Am I gonna be able to find anything close to this pose? Not looking good, guys. Actually, maybe? I'm looking at an image that is not quite what I'm working with, but thumb is like that. And then thumb there around. I think this would need to be facing the front a little bit more. No, and then that would... Oh god, it's so scuffed. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Okay, I found a different one. Does this work? How many times am I gonna have to erase these hands? This one is fully thumb here. That one's fully palm up, underhanded, and then fully down. Maybe? But then your thumb is away from the... Yeah, no, your thumb can't be away from the blade. That doesn't make sense. Is this one the underhanded one? No, thumb would still be away from the blade. I'm having such a hard time. Oh my god. Maybe I need to be more specific with what I'm looking for? Like, this is specifically someone blocking with a sword. Okay, that might have helped. Maybe? No, that doesn't even show the hands. That's just a pose. Hmm. I think I'm just gonna have to come back to that, because I cannot find what I'm looking for. I can still draw the sword. Oh, wrong. That's not what I was using. That's what I was using. There we go. And then that was changed to a diamond, like a crystally shape. That might be a little big. And there's another diamond here. That's not quite lined up. Sometimes you have to go a little bit off model to make things make sense. And then like that. Get that diamond shape. And then I think I remember this being weird, and so I just flattened it. Yeah. And that goes the base of the diamond. And then there was this, which I like completely rounded off. Maybe I won't do that this time because it does kind of break the shape language a little bit. Hold on. Oh, that's all kinds of messed up. No, 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 no. That doesn't make sense. This angle is wrong. More like that, I guess? Sure. That also feels wrong. Yeah, this like fully twists. What happened here? Huh. Alright, we're going fully off model because this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so this goes more like that. And then out. This is all gonna be covered anyway, I bet. Okay, well, that's much better than what it was. Okay, That might not be in perfect perspective, but I'm fine with that. You know what? I'm just gonna erase all that. Like that? Yeah. Alright, thinking here's kind of rough, but when you zoom out, can't even tell. Okay, and then in my version, I added a second line here. And that. I don't really like this. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Now the blade. Did I don't think I did a three-dimensional. Well, I kind of did. I I think I did something like this. Just to kind of imply it. Hmm. I don't know. I'm torn because leaning into the thickness of the blade makes it seem heavier, but less sharp. That might not even be lined up, actually. Nah, I don't like that. Okay. Now, my favorite part of the sword, this little engraving bit here. That's not thick enough. Why doesn't that look centered? What's going on? I'm like fully tilting my head as if I can't tilt my canvas. Ugh, it still doesn't look centered. Why did I choose to make this in perspective? I could have not. I could have made this easy. Good enough. I don't remember if I put details at the end of the sword for the rest of the comic. I feel like I probably did. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, I just hate how the perspective looks here. It'll do for now. Just comparing the thicknesses. I think I'm done with this playlist. Let me find something else. Oh, this is very different vibes, but I think I'm down. Listen, there's never a bad time for Amazing Double. That's really the life lesson here. Oh my god, I somehow splashed coffee onto my monitor? It's just a drop, but what the hell? Oh, just checking messages, sorry. Alright. Ugh. I went pretty off my sketch when I drew the hair, so it's gonna make everything a little bit more difficult. But it was not working the way I had it. Seeing if I'm ready to take another stab at the hands. Actually, I think I got it. I think this was throwing me off because it makes the hand, it makes the arm look like it's facing a different way than it is. So I will have to go back and fix that. But this, I think what I originally had was right. I was just being thrown off by how I did the arm. Does the arm need to be, I think the arm needs to be straighter to be palm up because you can't really bend your arm in that way when it's palm up. Which means I have to erase this arm. Oh. Oh, the suffering. Oh, the pain. Oh, man. This needs to be... Oh, it's still kind of bent. No, 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 no. Well, now her arm looks skinny. This is a buff woman. Shoulders here. The crease of the arm is here. And then, so the palm will kind of bend here. And then the fingers go here. All right. We fixed it, kinda. And then the gloves go about here. More like that. I think I'm going off model for the glove. No, I'm not. I guess if I was staying on model for the gloves, they'd be like that, but I think this looks better in this case. Okay. This definitely looks like a hand that could be palm up now. And I think this actually makes a better pose for this arm to be straight. Rather than the weird... Yeah, this was the right move. Her arm still looks kind of skinny. And then, yeah, this can absolutely be palmed down. I might actually have to move the sword a little bit, because I don't think this wrist would be able to reach without bending weirdly. I don't think I have to move it that much. Thank God I've left it on a different layer. Uh, did I even move it at all? Yeah, I did. And then, oh, not that. Wrong layer. This would just be a little bit more squished. Okay, that arm is kind of looking a little short. Nope, not that. Maybe this. Maybe this. Oh, we're just fully covering that hip armor that I made earlier. It's fine. I don't even care. I love this song, but it's really sad, so I'm just gonna. Oh, this is gonna clip as well. Scoot it over a few pixels. Okay, and then adjust the arm again. Yeah. Oh, this is the definition of a tangent. Oh no. You know, sometimes you just have to focus on what looks good and not what is accurate. That is definitely going to be the case here. This area is really empty. I should probably put some clothing folds there. I don't know if that makes sense, actually. I think, yeah, our chest would be sitting there. It's fine. Alright. I definitely could erase the crossover here. I'm just worried that I'm gonna be like adjust things later. And I don't have to redraw stuff. Oh, I completely forgot about this section. Is there a way to make this match this more? Because I feel like that's a whole different shape. Let's just make it like pointier. Okay, that's a start. Actually, that might work. And that helps with it not overlapping the hair. Why? It looks square, though. I don't want to be square. Um, Alright. Problem with adjusting the swords. I need to redo this anatomy. I guess that's not that hard. Yeah, I think that's already fairly correct. Add the seam. Especially in jeans, I do this. I feel like the seams are just way more prominent in denim. Why is my fantasy character wearing denim? Don't worry about it. Is that... yeah. Oh, look at that leg. Look at how quickly that came together. Love it when a plan comes together. See, this is the part of clothing folds that I enjoy doing. Like, it's just a straight leg. It's not that hard. Alright, I think I'm gonna finish these boots, and then I will raid out. I'm still gonna eat lunch and stuff. Lunch, I say, as it is 3 p.m. Oh god, I don't have shoes in this reference, do I? I know I have, like, armor on her shoes. I just can't remember what it looks like. Alright, we gotta import another page. What shows the full outfit? I think this one does. Yeah, it's like a meme panel, but at least it shows me what I did. Oh no, I was inconsistent. Oh, that's the second error I've noticed in my comic. I used the silver color here. Well, at least God damn it. At least I know how to draw the shoes. You know, I don't know why I didn't do this in my original comic. I gave her 2 straps on her boots, but 3 straps on her shirt. And that's just some unnecessary inconsistency, isn't it? Well, for this character in particular, 2 probably makes more sense than 3. But I didn't like how the shirt looked with 2 straps. I feel like I gotta stay consistent with 3. Yeah. Kind of flip directions here, don't they? Let me smoothen that out. Yeah. The double straps makes more sense. So it goes with the top. Even though these probably should be buttons. Maybe I'll make them buttons. Alright, this ink is super messy, but who's analyzing the shoes, okay? If you're analyzing the shoes, you're a bit of a freak. Yeah, that looks way more like it fits in with the outfit than these two. I love this song. I want that to be a little bit more like the other one. Let's have these go inward as well. Okay. Should I finish up the hair? I'm gonna do the hair. think I usually have that there, actually. Not that it really matters, I just think it looks better. Which I guess is the point. Fish in a birdcage mention. This could use some more movement. Push that down. Well, now this looks weird. Okay, okay. This is not working. This also, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like it. Mm, I don't know what it is about this. This isn't. It looks artificial. Okay, maybe I just need more of a taper. That's not too bad. I might fuss with it a little bit. I actually prefer that. Yeah. Oh, come back. Okay, well, I don't like how it clips there. All right. Not too bad. Still didn't do the face or the hands, but we did everything else, so. Even the sword. Not too shabby. Hello. I'm sore. I was in the same position for a really long time. I should have moved a little bit. Let's see who to raid. Sorry, is there nobody that I'm following that's live? No, there's a ton. What's going on? Yeah, let's raid Viking. Viking pilot, hello. There we go. Alright, let's start that raid. Thanks for hanging out. I might go live again tomorrow. Uh, we'll see how much homework I get done. Maybe I'll stream more homework if I don't get enough done. But I'd rather stream Minecraft. So, I'll see you guys later.